He lifted his wine glass like a king delivering decree. "Gentlemen," he said, smirking, "I've decided I want a divorce. She's too boring for me now." The room cracked with laughter, forced, nervous, obedient. His coworkers stared down at their plates, pretending not to witness the execution. I excused myself quietly. No tears, no trembling hands, just the scrape of my chair against the floor. "Of course," I said softly, "let me fetch dessert." But I didn't return with cake. I came back with her, his secretary, his mistress, the one he thought was his secret. She stood beside me, pale, holding a leather folder like a confession. Receipts, fake invoices, kickbacks, every rotten deal he ever signed. And I smiled, because she thought I'd be the enemy, but I gave her immunity. He got an audit and a box to pack his things. Backstory setup. I remember when I first saw him, 10 years earlier, in a conference hall lit too brightly. He wore ambition like cologne, intoxicating, overwhelming. He spoke about future empires, about leaving his mark. I believed every word. We married quickly, too quickly. He promised me the world. For a while, he delivered. Roses on Tuesdays, surprise trips, whispered vows after midnight. I built my life around him, certain I was safe. But empires rot from within, and love turns to theater when one actor forgets his lines. Discovery of betrayal. It started small. A second phone, always face down. Sudden business trips. The scent of perfume I didn't own. Then the jokes, subtle digs in front of friends. "She's sweet," he'd say, patting my hand like I was a child. "Simple. She doesn't need much." The audience would laugh politely. I'd smile too. But inside, the walls of our house began to whisper. The first undeniable clue was a receipt. 2 glasses of champagne, 1 hotel room. Not mine, not ours. My chest tightened, but I didn't scream. I folded the paper neatly, slipped it into my drawer, and waited. Shift in mindset. The night I stopped loving him wasn't the night I caught him. It was the night he looked through me, as if I were furniture. That's when the switch flipped. He thought I'd cry, collapse, beg. Instead, I began to watch, to catalog, to learn. I traced his patterns, the mistress's calls, the forged signatures, the inflated invoices. I saw how his empire was built, not on brilliance, but on theft. And I realized something. I didn't need to destroy him with anger. I could destroy him with precision. Execution of the plan. The secretary, his mistress, was the key. She wasn't loyal to him. She was loyal to her survival. When I approached her, she bristled at first, ready for claws. "I'm not here to fight you," I told her. "I'm here to save you." She blinked. Then she opened the folder. Months of records, transfers, names, dates. He used her to execute his schemes, confident she'd stay silent. But silence fractures under pressure. She wanted out. I gave her the out. Lawyers love paper trails. Auditors love sudden leads. And I loved watching the noose tighten one document at a time. Climax and confrontation. That dinner was the stage. His coworkers the perfect audience. He believed he held power, announcing my dismissal like a CEO firing staff. But I had rehearsed the counterstrike. I returned to the table with her, his mistress, my ally. The folder dropped with a heavy thud, pages spilling like confessions. His smirk faltered. The room shifted. Forks paused mid-air. "Funny," I said evenly, "how boring wives notice things. Like missing funds, like duplicate invoices, like secretaries who keep better records than their bosses." His eyes widened. He reached for the folder. She pulled it back. "Don't," she whispered. And in that silence, the silence of men watching their king stripped naked, he realized the game was over. Resolution and emotional release. The audit arrived swiftly. Lawyers followed. His empire crumbled in weeks. He was left with cardboard boxes, not kingdoms, a rented apartment, not a mansion. Headlines that once praised him now spat his name like poison. As for me, I walked out of our home with my head high. No tears, no rage, just the quiet satisfaction of justice served cold. People ask if I regret it, if I miss the man I married. But the truth is, I only miss the woman I used to be. The one who trusted blindly. The one who waited for roses instead of planting her own garden. He proposed divorce in front of his peers, thinking he'd humiliate me. But in the end, it was he who stood stripped, while I held the match and the proof. And when I saw him packing his last box, I said the only words he deserved. Boring women don't bury men. They erase them. Then I closed the door, and I didn't look back.